Now, this one, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. We haven't seen Conor since 2021 with a broken ankle against Dustin Poirier. So this fight, how I think this shapes out with Max Holloway coming off of a loss, just grappled 50-45 against Charles Oliveira. This is how I think this fight's going to go. Conor McGregor, he's going to be strong for the first 2 rounds, maybe even knock down Max Holloway in the early rounds like how Dustin Poirier did. Now that they're fighting at 170, we may see Conor McGregor get the best of Max in the early rounds, but I think it won't be the same quick Conor who throws those kicks. I think I would lean more towards Conor McGregor if he used his kicking game more. I just can't trust that he will. And I just can't trust his cardio. Even at 170, he's been out for so long. Maybe he should have had like a tune-up fight, so to speak. Maybe like a Michael Chandler before facing Max Holloway, but I think he would have looked better in that one. This one, early on, I was buying into the hype last month. I liked Conor McGregor when he was at a plus 265 underdog. I was really thinking hard about it and siding with Conor. But now as the month passed and we're closer to the fight now, Max Holloway's no longer minus 330, minus 310 favorite. And now I'm leaning to Max Holloway, who I think was more likely going to win anyways. And now that he's closer to minus 200, I'm thinking about taking that over Conor McGregor because I think in the first 2 rounds, Conor McGregor is going to look good. He's going to make Max really think about how he's going to approach the fight with the striking and the power at 170 that Conor McGregor is going to bring. And there's going to be some flashbacks in his head to that first fight maybe when he sees Conor throwing his counter strikes. So he might try to stay away from the violence a bit in the early rounds, but still try to throw in his volume striking. So I think Conor McGregor is going to look good first 2 rounds, maybe even knock down Max Holloway like Dustin did. And then as the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round come, we're going to see Conor McGregor slow down. And his cardio's, I don't know if his cardio is going to hold up at 170, being out of the game for 5 years. And he's been on some drinking binges and whatnot in those past 5 years and has had to recover to get to this level of an athlete again. So 3rd round and 3rd and 4th, we may see some exchanges, but we're going to start to see that it's not going to be as powerful as it was in the first 2 rounds. And the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round could look closer to how he looked in the Nate Diaz fight, a volume striker coming forward at him. I think Max Holloway's better than a Nate Diaz. And I think the Conor that fought Nate Diaz was probably a better Conor than today, even though this is different at 170. So I'm going to side with Max Holloway's volume striking to take over in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. And he's going to survive the first 2 rounds, even maybe getting hurt in the first 2 rounds, but then maybe coming back, not getting finished like what Elisha Poirier did to Max. So give me Max Holloway by decision, even though there's a chance he can get like a 4th or 5th round TKO stoppage, but I think Conor McGregor will be able to fight through his fatigue and make it to the final bell. So give me Max Holloway in a decision.